What exactly comes to your mind when you hear NanoCell? Is it really an advanced display technology that is worth the money? Is it better than QLED? Is it even different from QLED? Or just another marketing jargon used to sell cheap TVs? Let's investigate.
Hey, who was it? Relax. The picture quality of this LG NanoCell TV is
First of all, NanoCell displays and NanoCell TVs are made by only one company in the entire planet. Well, except maybe China, simply because they are full of surprises. That's because it's LG's proprietary technology. That means it was invented and patented by LG, and no other company can produce it legally, except maybe China, because once again, they are full of surprises. In terms of ranking, the NanoCell TVs are number 3 on LG's TV lineup, which is led by the OLEDs, then the QLEDs, then we have the NanoCell TVs sitting just above the LED TVs. The NanoCell TVs were a replacement for the UHD TVs, and though they were a better upgrade, LG maintained the price point, which leaves us with the question, what did LG really change? To answer this question, let's see how the technology works. The key to understanding NanoCell lies in the first 4 letters, which is nano. Nano is a measurement of size. When something is visibly big, it is called macro. When it's tinier, it's mini. When it's so small, it's no longer visible, it's called micro. When it's smaller than micro, it's called nano. How does this come in? Well, unlike the UHD TVs that LG replaced with the NanoCell TVs, the NanoCell TVs have an extra layer in the display. The extra layer is packed with nanocrystals that are so tiny they measure 1 nanometer in diameter. These crystals have an ability to absorb unwanted wavelengths of light before they get into the display. So here's what we mean by unwanted wavelengths of light. For an LCD TV to produce white color, for instance, it has to combine red, green, and blue light in the pixels. But you still find some impurities of the individual colors still make it to the display, which normally causes a deviation in color accuracy. A blue sky, for instance, can appear like purple in some TVs or pale blue in other TVs. In essence, there's a problem representing colors exactly the way they are in real life. These nanocrystals absorb the impure light, letting only the accurate combination of light pass through. Also, when you tilt a display to the right or the left, there is also a color deviation caused by those impure light that escape the combination. You can either be seeing more of red when you tilt to the left or more of blue when you tilt to the right, depending on the sub-pixel arrangement. The nanocell crystals in the nanocell display absorbing most of these impure lights also reduces the color deviations. In practical terms, nanocell TVs have a wider viewing angle and more natural colors. Now, this is very different from QLED. QLED and nanocell TVs both use nanocrystals, although nanocrystals in QLED are called quantum dots, probably because of patents. The way they interact with light and the image quality they produce are very different. Unlike nanocell TVs that filter and absorb unwanted light for pure light to pass through, quantum dots, on the other hand, emit light of a specific wavelength when triggered by a backlight. The results are very similar but also very different. QLED TVs focus on vibrancy, while nanocell TVs focus on purity. QLED TVs have wider color gamut and better contrast. NanoCell TVs have a good color gamut but better color accuracy. QLED TVs can struggle with viewing angles, but NanoCell TVs have a wider viewing angle. I've had few people complain to me about their NanoCell TVs not being so vibrant in terms of color. In fact, on this channel, which you should subscribe to by the way, we've always ranked NanoCell TVs below QLED a lot, in terms of display especially. But that's just in terms of display. This is mostly because some NanoCell TVs are built with an IPS panel, which helps with the viewing angle but cuts down your contrast level. But the prime focus for a NanoCell TV is not contrast, but color accuracy, wider color gamuts, and a wider viewing angle. If these are the things you value in a TV, then NanoCell TVs are what you should get. You can also look at the QLEDs, which combine both the NanoCell layer and the quantum dot layer, but make sure it's a mini LED version. The mini LED technology makes both the QLED TVs and the NanoCell TVs perform better in terms of contrast and black levels. Next time you see a NanoCell TV, know it's designed for people who value color purity and have wide living rooms, not necessarily vibrancy, especially at the cost of color accuracy. So which would you go for, NanoCell or QLED? I would say it depends on what you want, purity or vibrancy. Personally, I prefer the QLEDs, especially the QLEDs with the mini LEDs, because I'm not really out there checking what color is accurate or closer to real life. I just want my TV to pop, which would be different for most other people. Either way, let us know in the comments which you'd rather go for. Subscribe for more buying guides that help you avoid buying mistakes. I'm Justin. Bye bye.